Hello. Hello, everybody. No more insults. Everyone team up. What does that mean? That everyone just fucks each other? Bro, I know how we can stop being insults right now. We could do it right now and we could be not insults anymore. We could be voluntarily celibate right now. Or not. Well, no. What's the opposite of celibate? We could both lose our virginities right now, man. Hear me out. Hear me out. Just bend over and it'll be over really quickly. And then neither of us will be celibate anymore. Anyway, chat, hello everybody. Opposite of celibate is nymphomania. I don't think that's true. Fit check? Okay. Chat, what are we thinking? Hair tie or no hair tie today? I'm thinking hair tie. I think it fits with the maid outfit, you know? Thank you, Dark Stroker, for the follow. Speaking of gooners. Anyway, hold on, chat. Classic Maidstrua. Whatever feels better. I think it's a hair tie kind of day. I think it is. I do think so, chat. I think so. How much do you charge for your maid services? Well, hold on. Actually, I have a number for you. I can check that out. It's gonna be $3,800 for one day. We're looking, I think we're looking at about $3,800 for one day. That would be about, what I would charge for a maid service. You know what's funny about this, chat? As I was looking at this listing for this Mustang, chat, and I looked closely, a little bit closer at the odometer. The guy has it listed with 100,000 miles. It's got 170,000 miles. He has it listed at 107,000 miles, but he misplaced, oh, okay, well, never mind. I just didn't read the description. I'm stupid. Forgot this was a Canadian car. I forgot about that. So wait a minute. So the goddamn speedometers in kilometers per hour too. So I'd have to look down here at this one. Oh my god. If I ended up buying this, I'd have to know my conversions really fucking well. Oh my god, you know what time it is, Moogie? You just like know? You know it's time to do the stream? Hello, Moogie. Canadian car, if Astra drives it, she'll want a universal healthcare. And just be like, every time I drive it, I'll be like, where you going, eh? Where you, hoser? Hope you do top-notch cleaning. Does that include windows? Includes whatever you want for 3,800. As long as I get my car. How dare you criticize European cities when you don't know the metric system? Why would I need to know the metric system when I don't live in a country that uses it? You can't criticize America if you don't know the imperial system. What kind of logic is that? That's ridiculous. Hello, Mookie. Plenty of things use metric system in the US. Yeah, but like not fucking kilometers per hour. We only use the things that make sense here in the States. I mean, what do we even like do? Like we have, sometimes our like bolts are in metric. So like, you know, when I'm working on my motorcycle, it's all in metric. What else though? Like I feel like the bolt system, like where you have like your wrenches and it's like I feel like it's better in metric because like standard wrenches go from like you have to do math whenever you're like trying to figure out which standard wrench to use. Like, am I supposed to be using a 3/8 or a 5/16 wrench here? And it's like, I don't want to have to do math to figure out what I'm working with. Metric is just like, oh, it's 10, it's 11, it's 12, it's whatever. It's so much easier. It's literally so much fucking easier. So I will say, the metric in terms of like bolts and shit is way better. But like, if you want to get into like, chat, the Fahrenheit is just so much better than Celsius. Like, that's like the only thing that the metric has got over like the imperial system is the fucking like bolts. But like, other than that, like, why would I ever, like, say Celsius? Celsius is, like, so stupid. It's, like, Fahrenheit is based off of the human experience. You know, 100 is hot, and 0 is cold as fuck. Celsius is based off of, like, when water boils and freezes. And so, like, why... why is that, like, why would you do that? Like, it's just, it's not... People are be like, oh, oi, bruv, it's 38 Celsius outside, it's right cooking, in it? And it's just like, I don't even fucking, what, why? Why did you just do Fahrenheit, where it's like, oh yeah, it's 100, that's hot, it's 80, that number's high, it's hot. Oh, it's 20 degrees out, that's cold, because it's low. It's superior. Chat, is this rage bait? I said Bolt's metric fight system is pointless. Also, miles per hour just sounds better than kilometers per hour. I feel like, you know, I feel like there's a reason why, like, movies and shit all say miles per hour, you know? It's like, I'm going 100 miles per hour, and it's like, I'm going 100 kilometers per hour. It's like, not even close, man. It's not even close, dude. Fuming right now? What do you mean fuming? You know I'm right. Okay. The Fahrenheit thing, you have to give me that one. That is stupid that they don't fucking... Sometimes my body heat went up 2 Celsius. Dude, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What do you mean, dude? You know I'm right. Why would you measure heat as it relates to human temperature? Why would you compare that to how hot it is to boil water? Like, water has nothing to do with whether I feel hot or not. It's just, it's inferior. You're just trying to... Now that is rage bait, Demi, that's bait. I know it is. Celsius is easy. 10 is cold, 20 is nice, 30 is hot, 40 is really hot. Except that's not good. Because you only have, like, 10 to 40. Like, that's stupid. Like, why would... That's less precise. If you go from 0 to 100, not only is it, like, a nice, round, even number, but it's also, like, makes sense. You know, 20 is low, 80 is high. It makes sense. But, like, 40... the difference between 40 and 20... They're both, like, low numbers under 50. So okay, 20 is, like, cold and 40 is really hot? Like, how the fuck am I supposed to know that? And there's, like, only 20 points of difference between those two? Like, going from 20 degrees to 40 degrees is a big jump. But, like, I can understand in my head what 40 degrees feels like compared to 20 degrees. But they're both cold because they're both under 50. I mean, really anything under 70 is cold. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Do you know how to swap engines? I do. I have done that before. Why does water boil at 212 Fahrenheit? What arbitrary ass shit is that? What do you mean arbitrary? Why do you care what temperature water boils at? I can only measure my comfortable temperature if I know when water boils. I need to know, is this temperature enough to boil water? That's how I know if I'm comfortable with the temperature. Why? Who cares? Fucking who cares? Do you, like, every time you make a pot of coffee, do you sit there and, like, measure the water? Like, this is perfect temperature. Man, I really just wish we had the metric system where I could know exactly that water boils at 100 Celsius or whatever the fuck. I don't even know. You know Celsius goes above 100 degrees, right? Yeah, I know it goes above 100 degrees, but you would never, like... You don't experience that. If you're at home... And you have, well, I guess Europeans don't have AC, so this is just a win for America. But like when I'm at home, and I look at my fucking thermostat, and I go, how hot is it right now? And it goes 8, and it says 85 on my thermostat. I'm like, all right, it's a little warm in here. If it says 75, it says 65. I'm like, oh, it's a little cold in here. It makes sense. Because that's like the human experience is like comfortable around like 60 to 100, like to like 85 degrees. That's like where humans are comfortable. But how does that relate to when water boils? I don't know. I need to know when water boils compared to how I feel in the room right now. Like, what are you talking about? Who cares? How does this relate to water? How does it relate to water? Have you been to Maddie's stream? Not recently. It's only because you grew up with the system. I still think it's better. I mean, I didn't grow up with the metric system in terms of bolts, really. But I can concede that, like, in terms of bolts, we should just use metric. Because there's no reason to use standard-sized bolts. They're dumb. Right? That, I will concede you that point. But in terms of, like, miles per hour, like, miles, feet, Fahrenheit, these things are just better than the metric alternative. I just, like, a mile is so much easier for me to understand than, like, a kilometer. What the fuck is a kilometer? Just wait until President Ma'am Danny makes Astra use the metric system. Celsius is literally just water temp, whereas Fahrenheit is some legacy convoluted bullshit where it shows 0 F as freezing, some chemical mixture, blah blah blah. It's not, though. See, that's the thing. Celsius is literally just water temp, but we are not water, chat. I don't know if you knew this, but we're human beings. We're like 80% water, but we are not water, right? So Fahrenheit is based around the human experience, not Celsius is based around the boiling point of water, right? That's where Celsius comes from. Fahrenheit is based around the human experience. It's like 0 is cold, 100 is hot. That's easy, chat. Oh, but what is it, 34 Celsius around where you live? Oi, boy. 38 Celsius means nothing to me, because 38 is an arbitrary random number, because it relates to water boiling. But Fahrenheit, 100 is hot, 0 is cold. It's easy, chat. It's easy. It's based off of the human experience, which it should be, because why would I fucking talk about the temperature as it relates to how water boils when I don't fucking care how water boils unless I'm making ramen, in which case I don't care about the specific temperature. I just turn on the fucking gas and let it boil. Fahrenheit is the temperature of Mountain Dew. In Astra's defense, she is not, she's mostly Mountain Dew. This is true. If you think it's better, then why almost countries use the metric system except for America? Because you guys have been colonized. America's the most free country in the world. I mean, like, listen, dude. Why does every other... If metric system is so great, then why is America the most rich country in the world, huh? If the metric system is so great, then why are we the dominant player on the world stage, huh? Maybe you guys are all just jealous that we have the standard imperial system, which sounds way cooler. Like, what do you use? I use the metric system. What do you use? I use the imperial system. It's like, that sounds way cooler. Chat, that just sounds way cooler. You can't deny that. It sounds way cooler. Why are you just trying to rage bait me, Demi? Stop rage baiting me with this obvious bait. That's bait. If America's so free, then why does it have most people in prison? It doesn't, though. So I don't want to talk about politics. Okay, that's too dumb for me. What do you mean? What country invented the metric system? France? I rest my case. That's a fair point, Try Racing. That's a fair point. It's a very fair point. It's a very fair point. We are the richest. It's just all our money is tied up in F-350s. I don't know, man. I think if you ask like a country like Ghana, if they think that it's we're a lot richer than them, they might say, yeah, you may be a lot richer. I do, you know what, chat, I will say this. I think in this time, especially in these days, I feel like people forget that America is still like the most rich country in the world, and that by being able to live here, we are all like very fortunate. Because the rest of the world is not so fortunate. I mean, like you go to some places in the world, we are very fortunate, chat. The military uses metric. I don't care. Okay, I don't care. UK uses metric and imperial system. China is richer? That's not true. America is richer than the third world country, Asia. Than a third world country in Asia. I mean, well, America is the richest country in the world. I mean, even if you're gonna talk about compare it to like China, but China's economy is not as big as the American. Like America has the biggest stock market in the world. Like if you're going to invest in any currency, American stocks are like American bonds are like the most stable thing that you can buy. Now, it is currently taking a shit, and that's not maybe won't be true for very long, but it has been true for the past 50 years. So, fuck it. Would you live in Switzerland? I would live in Switzerland, dude. Switzerland is probably one of the most, like, fucking gorgeous places on Earth. Like, there is a couple places on, like, the planet that I think are absolutely the most gorgeous places on Earth. Vietnam, one of them. I would live in Vietnam. Second, though, Switzerland might be, like, it's hard. That's close, dude. Switzerland is fucking wild, dude. Have you ever been to Switzerland, chat? Have you ever fucking been to Switzerland? Look at this shit. Look at this shit, chat. You guys ever fucking been to Switzerland? Look at this shit. Like, oh my god. Okay, this is a bad example, but still, you get my point. Switzerland is fucking crazy, dude. It's like, it's full of gorgeous, like, architecture, gorgeous shit. It's a crazy place, man. There was one place that I saw recently that I'm trying to remember. Where was that I saw that? I knew it was Greece. Greece is also really cool looking. If you ignore the dilapidated houses. You know where else I would like to go, chat? It's Chile. Chile also has like a really good case for being one of the most beautiful places in the world. I don't know, chat. Chile's pretty cool. Norway has nice prisons. That's true. You have like Xbox and like Scandinavian prison. How do you feel about fish sauce? Disgusted? Vietnam ain't for you, pal. Well, I mean, I like sushi. And I don't necessarily have a problem with fish sauce. I like fish. I don't really have a problem. I haven't really had Vietnamese food, so I don't know if I would like Vietnamese food. I'm sure some of it probably a bit much for me, but I would, dude. Hold on, chat. Like, okay, like I do think Vietnam might be the most beautiful place on Earth. Like, we're talking about it, like legit. Vietnam is fucking. I keep selecting the worst fucking places to show this. I'm trying to show how cool this country is, and you're not helping me here, Vietnam. There we go, chat. Can't you see how beautiful this country is? Can't you see how beautiful this place is? You're just gonna have to take my word for it, chat. You're just gonna have to take my word on it. Alright? You're just gonna have to take my word. It's a pretty country. Your nose will be what? A fish sauce as soon as you step off the plane in Ho Chi Minh? What? So? Like, are you saying that I can't handle the smell of fish? What the fuck, man? What's wrong with that? And what's wrong with, like, what's wrong with fish sauce? Fermented fish sauce, literally the worst thing in the world, even worse than Astra's takes? What? The reason why US won't fully convert to the metric system would almost cost $1 trillion. Well, it just would be stupid. Like, I don't want to convert to the metric system. Other than bolts. Again, we could stop making standard-sized bolts and we'd be good. What about Queensland? Australia? I feel like in terms of beauty, Queensland is good. There's a couple of really cool places in Australia. Australia is really cool because they have, especially in, like, the center of the country, they have a lot of really cool, like, Aboriginal places where there's like they're kind of like Indian preserves here in the United States, where they're kind of just a whole town of Native Americans, but in Australia they have like towns full of Aboriginals, and they're pretty cool. Like, I think there's some places in Australia that are really cool, especially like Western Australia. But I think in terms of, like, if I were to go down there, you gotta admit Kiwi is pretty fucking, I mean, like, New Zealand is, that's where they filmed Lord of the Rings. That's where the Shire is. Like, fucking New Zealand is kick-ass, dude. I don't know. If I were to make a list in terms of places I wanted to visit based off of how beautiful they are, Vietnam is probably number 1. Chile's probably number 2. Then Switzerland. Then New Zealand. Then probably Japan. Then probably... Oh, dude, I want to go to Taiwan, chat. Taiwan looks so interesting. Taiwan is like an interesting place. I want to go to Taiwan. If Astra will leave Chile when she finds out there's beans there. I don't hate beans. What the fuck? I don't hate... Why do you think I hate beans? I doubt Astra would know what to do if she ever had the opportunity. What? To go to fucking New Zealand? I'd love to go to New Zealand or Chile. Chile, you know, chat, Chile is a fucking cool place, alright? I would love to go to Chile. Vietnam looks like Florida. It looks a little bit like Florida. Vietnam has just got a lot more, they have a lot more, like, mountains and shit. And, like, different topography. Like, Florida's very flat, and Vietnam is not. I'd also love to go to Cambodia. But that's more, like, not because Cambodia is a beautiful country. I mean, it is, but it's like, I want to go to Cambodia because I want to visit Angkor Wat. And I want to visit, like... some old, like, I want to see some old historical shit from, like, the Khmer Rouge, right? I want to look into the history of it. Hey, Mookie. But these beans would be in Chile. Oh, I see, Savvy. I get what you're doing. I get what you're doing here. I get what you're doing here. Astra wants to go to Thailand because it has Bangkok. That joke was really good. It was so good that I forgot to laugh. I floated the idea of using shrimp paste for extra umami flavor when Astra did the fried rice, and she seemed absolutely revolted by the idea. Because that's shrimp paste, dude. What the fuck? There's a difference between shrimp, like, fermented fish sauce, which is... Chat, you gotta understand about, like, fish sauce and oyster sauce. Every time you go to Chinese food, like, you go to, like, the hole-in-the-wall... You know those, like, hole-in-the-wall Chinese places that always look like they are about to give you food poisoning, but they taste banger? Like, they taste so good. The reason why is because they put fish sauce in it. They put, like, oyster sauce in this shit. Like, that's how you truly make expert-level fucking, fried rice in Asian food, is by adding, like, fish sauce. Right? That's, like, the secret ingredient. But, like, I don't have a problem with that. But, like, shrimp paste? I want to, like, take a bunch of shrimp, shred them up, and turn them into a paste. Like, here's the thing, chat. I'm just not a big fan of shrimp. I feel like as I've gotten older, I've kind of gotten less of a fan of shrimp. Like, I don't hate shrimp. I can eat a shrimp and not be, like, grossed out. And I definitely I used to like shrimp more than I do now, I think. But nowadays, I feel like I've just gotten less into the shrimp flavor. I'm not into shrimp as much as I used to be, chat. It's just, I'm not that into shrimp. I like fish. I like fish a lot. I like salmon. I like, tilapia. I like cod. I like cod. I like fish. I love sushi. I like tuna. I love sushi. They use shrimp paste in a ton of dishes in Vietnam. Well then, fuck. Maybe I would like it. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't, though. I have no idea. I would still like to go to Vietnam. I would still love to go, man. I have a friend who's been to Vietnam a couple times, and they're always like... It's always, like, such a cool place to go. Maybe a nice 10-inch cod. Like, almost as much as fish sauce. I don't know, man. Why you gotta, like, harp on my dreams? You're like... What? You can't go to Vietnam. You don't like fish sauce. What? Why you gotta be like that, man? Hey, Monkey. The real reason why I won't go to Vietnam is because I'm poor. And I can't afford to. That's the real reason I can't go to Vietnam. Though, you know what, chat? I have thought about, like, the scenario, like, if at some point they deem that, like, you know, I remember, like, when I used to browse, like, 4chan a lot and go on, like, the LGBT board on 4chan, there'd always be people saying, like, they're gonna make camps for trans people, they're gonna put all the trans people in camps and make us all, like, put us in, like, you know, concentration camps. I think that's ridiculous. That's obviously not going to happen. But if it did, I think if I were to if I had to escape the country, right? If I had to leave America to go to a different country, it'd probably be Vietnam. That's all I'm saying. I'd probably go to Vietnam. Where do you want to itch, Mookie? Is it back here? Oh, you're such a good kitty. Hey, yo, Moogie. Hey, Moogie. I ain't trying to rain on your parade, just telling you shit that you think you might be what the fuck before you get there. I'm sure there will be, though. Like, that's kind of the point, right? You go to a different country. I'm sure there's gonna be culture shock. I'm not unaware that culture shock exists. I don't think you can be as prepared as you want. I'm sure you'll still get culture shock. Going from, like, the United States to a place like Vietnam, like, you're gonna get culture shock. Unless you stay exclusively, like, in Ho Chi Minh, you're gonna get culture shock. I'm not sure if you put a camp. If they put you in a camp, I'm the guard. I'll make sure they give you some chocolate. Oh, thank you. I don't know. Vietnam is one of those countries that I would genuinely consider moving to. I know it's like, it's probably not going to stay as cheap as it is for a while, because I feel like everybody's going to Vietnam because everyone's like, oh my god, it's so cheap here, and it's like so beautiful, it's like the perfect place, but like, I don't know. Have you ever been to any country outside the US? I've been to Canada. Does that really count? I don't know, but I've been to Vancouver. So that's the only time I've really been outside of the country, is when I've been to Vancouver. I would love to visit, like, actually go out and explore the world, though. I'd love to visit other countries. I'd love to visit Europe. I really would love to visit South America. I'd really love to visit parts of Africa, like Kigali. I'd like to go to Kigali. I'd like to go to South Africa. I'd like to visit, I'd like to visit Rhodesia. I mean, Zimbabwe. I'd like to visit that place. I'd like to see the history, you know what I mean? Any place that has good history, that's where I want to go to. Madagascar would be a cool place to visit. Sri Lanka would be cool to visit. Cambodia would be a good one, obviously. Thailand. Nepal, or Bhutan would be interesting. You're lucky you look cute rocking that Rhodesia joke. You cute making that Rhodesia joke? What do you mean I'm cute? What do you mean? Around these parts we call it Rhodesia. Hey, Moogie. You can stop naming places to vacation. We know you are gay. Astra, if you went to Bangkok, they think she belongs here. I don't know, man. I feel like if I went to Thailand, I would specifically not want to go to Thailand because I feel like I'd get, like, I would want to go to Thailand, but I feel like if I went to Thailand, I would be, like, kind of, I'd be kind of outdone a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, I'd feel like I would visit and I would see some of the local ladyboys and they would put me to shame a little bit. Apparently there are gun ranges in Thailand and Vietnam that let you use RPGs and M79s. Oh my god, really? I'd love to use... I don't think I doubt they'd let you blow up a water buffalo, but I'd love to go to a shooting range in Vietnam. That'd be crazy. I don't know what the gun laws are like in Vietnam. That's a good question. Because Vietnam is technically a communist country. That's like, that is technically true. Frequently, but there's some nice temples, beaches, and above all, food. I don't know, chat. I'd like to visit the world if I could. Outdone? Never. One of my RDCs in boot camp said he blew up a water buffalo in Thailand. Lol. That sounds like a fake story. The gun laws are strict, but there are some rural-ass areas where the laws don't quite reach. Oh, I see. That makes sense. Hey, Moogie. Man, I want to go shooting again. It's been a while since I've been shooting. I wish, like, I remember when I was younger, I always told myself I would have, like, a budget to go shooting. I would allocate a certain amount of money every week so that I could go shooting every week. But that didn't happen, chat. I really want to go shooting. I really want to shoot my AK-47 again. I really want to go shooting, chat. Just don't criticize the king in Thailand. Oh yeah, he's super sensitive about that, isn't he? Right, right. What if I criticize the king? Are they gonna like lock me away in a femboy dungeon? They're gonna be like, you're too feminine to leave. You're one of us now. Bullets aren't free. Well, I have a lot of bullets. The big issue is that the range cost, like the range fee. And, like, I feel like I just don't really want to go to the range near me because it's annoying, because they have, like, a rifle and a pistol range, and you can't shoot both. So if you want to bring both rifles and pistols to shoot, you have to switch which range you're in, which is kind of annoying. And so I just, like, I'd rather just go out and go to the free range, but the free range is, like, 40 minutes away, so it's, like, I don't really want to drive that far to go to the free range, but... As a foreigner, they just find you and deport you. Oh, I see. Astra going to get pulled into the military lottery in Thailand. They don't give a fuck if you're a femboy either. I know, dude. I've seen those videos. The way they do it in Thailand is so crazy. They literally just pull your name out of a hat. And they're like, yep, this person, you're going to war. And they're just over in the corner like, yeah. It's literally like a trans person in a dress, like, freaking the fuck out. Wasn't that why they started doing the femboy thing in the first place, was to try to get out of doing military service? Is there at least a femboy division? Probably. In the Thailand military? Probably. What is the main battle rifle in Thailand? Thai battle rifle. Oh, they use the 1911? That's cool. That's cool. They also use the P320, which is not so cool. Let's see here. So it looks like they just use M16s. Okay. Oh my god, did they use the Galil Ace too? That's crazy. Huh. Chat, maybe I should join the Thai military. Thailand uses the new Chinese QPZ, does it? Do they? Is Thailand closer to China or America? I feel like Thailand is closer to America, but I could be wrong about that. Locals in Bangkok don't have nothing on Astra. That's not true, Medical. Have you seen the ladyboys that they have in fucking Thailand? They're crazy. It's okay, Moogie. It was just a water bottle. Ally-wise? They're definitely more allied with, much more closely with the US. That's what I figure. Thailand does its own thing. Yeah, no, I don't think Thailand, like, the Thailand ladyboys, dude, they're hard. Even Vietnam is now. Well, yeah, Vietnam has been very, like, yeah, I don't want to talk about geopolitics, but it's been crazy the last couple of years. Chinese QBZ looks like an M4 clone. Oh, I see. Probably because it is. I don't have any Chinese weapons though, chat. That might be something I have to add to my collection at some point. I have Russian. I have a lot of Russian weapons. I have one German weapon. I have a good bit of Russian weapons. I have a couple American weapons. I have a Czech. I have, let's see, American, Czech, American, Israel, Russia, American. Where else do I have? Oh, that one's American. The one in there is Spanish. To have at least 2 Spanish. Beg to differ. I'm not saying that to spare Estra's feeling. They just both don't like India. Oh, I see. I mean, that makes sense. What's the thing China has to allies are North Korea, who is more of a buffer state, and Pakistan, who just takes a lot of their money but doesn't really like them. Well, China has a lot of, like, influence in Africa. China does a lot of stuff in, like, certain stuff in South America, too. Like, I think China, before the whole Maduro thing happened, China was investing heavily in Venezuela. Like, I'm pretty sure, actually, if I'm not mistaken about this, the night that, like, we came in and fucked Maduro up, there was, like, a delegate from China in Venezuela waiting for a meeting with Maduro. Or some shit like that. Like, they were very... China, the Belt and Road Initiative, I think it's called, they're building a lot of shit. Their whole deal is, like, let's give people loans that they can't pay off and then cause them to get fucked when they can't pay it. Like, I think it's in Sri Lanka. There's, like, a naval port in Sri Lanka that China funded, because, like, they gave them the loan for the port, but then when they couldn't pay for the loan, which China knew they couldn't, they took back the port from the Sri Lankans, and so now it's just a Chinese military base in Sri Lanka, which is interesting. I'm not sure if it is Sri Lanka. It might be a different country. I might be wrong about the Sri Lanka thing. I just know that that has happened at least once to some country. Kind of looks like the FAMAS clone, dude. I would love a FAMAS. Talk about weird guns that I want to own. But then I'd have a French weapon, and I don't know, man. Well, to be fair, I do want an MAS, so maybe I should get some French weapons, chat. You know, we talk a lot of shit about the French, but they did invent smokeless powder. And they invented butter, so that's also something that you gotta give the credit to France for. But none of those countries really like them very much. They'll support their proposals at the UN because of debt traps, but to be honest, there's not much stopping them from countries from just going psych and refusing to pay. The loans, China would cut off their imports, but that necessarily wouldn't matter. When chat talked about guns, Astra's like neuron activated. It was Sri Lanka, and it was a commercial port that is mixed use. It was Sri Lanka. Look at chat. Look at me downing myself. But I know what I'm talking about. Blackmailing people with loans they can't pay back. Sounds like the IMF, US, and the Import-Export Bank. Probably. I don't know. Again, I don't want to get into geopolitics. The geopolitics, that's too spicy, chat. I don't want to talk about spicy things. I don't want to talk about spicy things. Unless it's, spicy food. Hey, Moki. Interesting, but everyone has their own opinions. It's complicated and interesting. True, yeah. I think it's very interesting, chat. I'm very interested in that kind of stuff. I just know that some people don't want to hear about it, so I try not to talk about it on stream that much, because it's very easy for me to get into it, because I like to talk about it, but, like, I feel like some people are just, like, rolling their eyes when they hear me say anything about geopolitics. They hear me say anything about anything, and they're just like, oh. Although there was a quasi-intersection, which is we all low-key out of proverbial bullets, though the actual small arms ammunition we have plenty. Yeah. Anyway, chat. How's everybody doing in chat tonight? How's everybody doing in a non-geopolitical sense? And the FAMAS and itself is pretty peak, but what do we have? HK 416 and another AR-15, people said. Well, the FAMAS, I don't know. The FAMAS is interesting, but I don't know if it's peak. I wouldn't describe the FAMAS as peak. I mean, listen, it is a I understand why they did it, but like it's so funny that like only the French would make a bullpup rifle with a 3-round burst that has a magazine that's not divisible by 3. Like, come on, dude. Well, I know why they did it. Like, I understand the logic behind having a 25-round mag on a 3-round burst rifle, but come on, right? Like, come on. That's so I don't agree. I don't like it. How is your cat? How old is my cat? Moogie, I think, is probably 3 or 4 at this point. She's one of the two. She's 3 or 4. I think she's 4, if I had to guess. Puck is like 5. HK 416 was just a stepping stone for the US. Hey, there's a reason you gotta know when empty. I know, as I know, but still, like, I'd rather, if I need a 3-round burst and I'm expecting 3 rounds to leave my bullet and only 2 do, then I'm gonna be mad, right, chat? Like, maybe that last bullet is like, I needed that bullet. The simple fact is sometimes the gun does not shoot when I am expecting it to shoot, and I don't like that. I don't like that, chat. At least in a fucking, like, if it was divisible by 3, I know I'd click the button and it wouldn't go, but at least I wouldn't send 2-round volley instead of a 3-round volley. What's the first car you buy if you had $100,000? An RX-7 FD. I'd buy an RX-7. Here, chat, I can look this up, actually. I'll show you what I'd buy if I had $100,000 right now. I'll show you exactly what I'd buy. RX-7 FD. So, it'd probably be... one of these. I don't know why that one's so much cheaper, but it'd probably be this one right here. This is what we're talking about. If I had that much money, I'd probably just buy this, because this is like my actual dream car. Like, if I could have any car ever, I don't know what's going on with the hood. Is like the hood dented? No. It's like if I could have any car ever that I want, like I could just snap my fingers and have any car in front of me, it would be this car. This would be it. This would be the one. This would be what I want. It's fucking cool, dude. And it's right-hand drive, too. Like, this one, let's see, what other one did I click on? This one? This $50,000 one? It might be this one, though. Look how clean that is. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's so good, chat. I don't know why there's a different wheel on one of the... Oh, it's because they changed it. Oh, it's so good, dude. So good. Yep, country started adopting the HK416 and then the US dropped it mid-refresh and started replacing it with the M7. The rotary... Get the fuck out of here, Demi. I know you're rage baiting me. I know you're rage baiting me, Demi. It doesn't work if you're, like, so obviously rage baiting me. It's like, come on. God, you can't just, like, rage bait me like that and expect it to work. I could have sworn most EU components of NATO used some derivative of the HKR now. I don't know. I don't really know about European HK. I'm not a big fan of HK, to be honest with you. I've shot a couple HK and I know they're like good, but I haven't gotten into them. Like I really can't do it. Fuck off, Genghis Khan. Why you guys always gotta be so mean to me, chat? You guys are such bullies sometimes. You guys are such bullies. This is not cool. Disconnect the rotary ranger from the trend. Why? Why you guys... There's nothing but rage bait in chat. You guys, I'm not gonna get rage baited by this because I know it's rage bait. Oh, hardy dar dar, what are you gonna do? Ella swap it? EV swap it? Rotary? Ha ha ha. Chili and beans? Ha ha ha. Like, what? Chat, it's so blatant. Like, if I thought you were legit serious about it, then that's what rage baits me. But the fact that I know you're just trying to rage bait me, it doesn't work. If you unload budget, try RX-8? No. Why? Okay, first of all, why would you ever V6 swap an RX-8? That's a terrible idea. Just, like, full stop. Like, that's just such a bad idea. Like, I can't even imagine a worse thing to spend your time and money doing other than fucking V6 swapping an RX-8. Like, let me take a car with an already too heavy of a chassis and then put a heavier engine in the front so now the balance is off and then it doesn't make as much power. My God, what a mega brilliant idea. I know this is a much better idea than letting the poor rotary directly. Come on, dude. Why do you guys just gotta be so mean to me? Why can't you be so mean to me? It is rage bait. You know it is, GT350. You know it's rage bait. You know it's rage bait because you're not making an argument as to why it's bad. You guys know you can't make an argument because I literally, you could make an argument for why the RX-7 is not good or why the rotary is not good, but you can't because you don't have an argument. Your argument is just, oh, I want to see Astra get mad, so I'm going to say this word because I know it will get under Astra's skin. That's it. That's all it is. You don't have a point. High power to weight, I like to rev high. There are advantages to the RX-7, right? True. Please tell me we're not trying to buy a car. No, not right now, unfortunately. It's bad because it drinks more oil than gas, so who cares? Who cares? What does that make a difference? It's a race car engine. I don't care about for practical use. I'm not trying to daily drive it. Mazda uses rotary as a generator and some hybrid EVs they make. That is true. They do that, but that doesn't mean it's better as a hybrid. It's only the army that's trying to push the M7, even the Marine Corps. Reindeers, I don't have any idea what you guys are talking about. I don't even know what the HK416 is, to be honest with you. Sue me. I don't care about HK. They triggers suck. In fact, it's only the way it's currently in production. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Talk about the vacuum tubes then. She needs to learn stuff if she's going to join the femboy army. I'm not joining the femboy army, chat. I'm not built for combat. It's not me. I'm not built for combat. Damn, dude. Chad's just, like, I don't know why Chad just decided, like, today we're going to do nothing but rage bait. All rage bait. We just want to see Astra suffer and be upset on stream. And so we're going to just sit here and rage bait Astra all stream. Chad angry today. Chad is angry today. Like, I don't know what I did, but Chad's all like, fucking, fuck you and your rotary is like, man. What did I do to deserve this, chat? Tell me, what did I do to deserve this kind of treatment, huh? What did I deserve? What did I do to deserve this? What did I do to deserve this fucking treatment that you guys are putting me through? This is fucked up. This is fucked up right here, chat. This is fucked up. But I am super sleepy. Thank you, Savvy, for the $20. Alright, fine. You get a pass. Thank you for the $20. You get a pass. Whatever. Whatever, Savvy Pair. Whatever you say, Savvy Pair. Whatever you say. Whatever you say, Savvy. Routes are unreliable, oil glazing, and shitty gas mileage. That's kind of not true, though, GT. Because you gotta think about it. Like, if you're actually... If you genuinely think that about rotaries, then you just don't really understand the point of a rotary. They're not unreliable, as long as you know how to use them. They're like exotic pets. You gotta take care of them a little bit more, but they're not unreliable. In fact, my RX-7 is the most reliable car I've ever had. But they do have horrible gas mileage, and they do drink oil like a motherfucker. But, like, I don't care. Like, what's the problem? Like, I put oil in the gas, because it, like, literally, I intentionally burn oil, because I literally put it in the gas, so it burns it. Like, it's not a problem. I don't really care. And for gas mileage, it's like complaining that, like, you would never look at, like, a 1970s muscle car and say, this is a piece of shit because it gets bad gas mileage. Like, what? Who's buying a goddamn Dodge Challenger from the 70s for good gas mileage? You're not. Trust me, you're fucking not. No one's buying an RX-7 because they want to save on gas. No one's buying a sports car because they want it to be reliable or fuel efficient. They're buying a sports car because they want to go fucking fast. And that's what rotaries do. I would, 1970s muscle car are a piece of shit. That's a fair opinion, Savvy. I appreciate the consistency with your opinions there. I do appreciate that. Only good cars made before 1995 were the 1957 Corvette. I disagree with that. In fact, I would argue most cars made after 1995 are not good. But you know what? That's just me. You know what? That's just me. I don't know, maybe 1995. 1995, they were good ones. I think they only started really making bad cars after 2008. I think that's when the car market started to be, like, shitty cars, and they started to just produce garbage. I wouldn't buy a new car, chat. If I was, like, rich, I wouldn't buy a brand new car. Like, I hate the electronics, the tracking shit they put in there, chat. Give me my tinfoil hat, dude. They're tracking you in your car. They split more gas out the exhaust than they burn. So, that's cool. What's wrong with that, huh? I mean, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with burning a little, what's wrong with sending a little flame out the tail, right? Yeah, what's wrong with that, huh? I mean, diesel guys like to roll coal, and that's the same shit. It's just unburnt fuel going out the exhaust. And no one complains that people who roll coal are fucking stupid. I mean, some people maybe do, but... Talk to Cal, he might want to buy a Project RX-7. No, dude, Cal is not gonna buy my car. Cal is not gonna buy my car. Besides, Cal already has a Supra and a Miata and a Tesla, I think. Cal doesn't need another vehicle, okay? Cal is blessed when it comes to vehicles, okay? Don't talk to me about Cal and vehicles. Cow's driving a Lambo? Sold the Tesla? I don't know where Cow's getting all this money. I don't know where Cow gets this money for all this bullshit, dude. Where does Cow get this kind of money? Buy a new EV chassis to register, you don't have to pay smog it. You don't have to smog it, put it your own engine and drivetrain and drive until you go to jail. Erica, I don't know where you live, but where I live, you don't have to get your car inspected, and there's no reason to do that, because I don't have to pay for a smog tax on my car, because I live in a state that doesn't have vehicle inspections. Like, I imagine living in a place that punishes you for not driving an electric vehicle. That's crazy. Cow just working hard, I ain't judging. Oh no, like, where does Cow just do OF? Does Cow make all of that money? Does Cow make enough money off of OF to buy a Lamborghini? Are you kidding me? Have I just been, like, doing it wrong? When shitpost ID is just how Florida already exists. What, do you think it shouldn't exist like that, man? I don't want to pay smog. I don't want to pay... Oh, what? Your car has emissions? Oh, you gotta pay for that. You gotta pay an extra tax because your car is older than X amount of years older. We need to punish poor people for buying older cars because they can't afford new cars, because new cars are more environmentally friendly. So we need to punish people who can't afford new cars. That's what we need to do. We need to make it more difficult to get into an affordable, reliable car for cheap. We need to make it way harder. We need to make it so people have to pay yearly for inspections. And we need to make it so that people have to pay a tax if their car doesn't meet certain smog standards. We need to do this, chat. We need to tax people, the poor. We need to tax the poor. We need to fuck those bitches and make sure they never get out of the lower class, chat. That's what we need to do. Because the environment... This is what we do, chat. This is how we save the environment. This is how we stop global warming. We just get rid of all of the poor people. What is too flat? It's for it to matter. I swear, Astra is the soul of a 78 retired person in the body of a 20-year-old femboy. That's why people like me. That's what people come here for. The air in Florida is better than the whole country right now. This is true. Dude, I love the air in Florida. Some people hate the air in Florida because it's so moist. But when I get out of, like... When I step out of, like, Orlando International, and I get a hit with that moist air, that moist Florida air. If you're from Florida, you know what I'm talking about. I love that, dude. It just makes me feel like, oh, I'm home. You realize many red states both have safety emissions? I'm not saying they don't. I mean, there are plenty of states that have safety and emissions testings. I mean, I think Georgia even has that, but I don't want to live in a state that has that. That I'm not saying it's a good idea. Just because other red states have it doesn't mean it's a good idea. There's a lot of things that red states tend to do that I don't agree with. Do you know how many times I've said this very same thing? Maybe because Astra reminds me of talking to my grandpappy, but she's far cuter. That's the greatest reason to watch it. That's what I feel like I provide. I'm like the grandpa that like I'm like talking to a grandpa, but I have the body of a 25-year-old femboy. That's truly peak content. GA has it if it's newer than 25 years. See, that's just annoying. Like, I don't want to do that. And I think, especially for, like, there really is, like, an argument to be made that, like, anytime you're, taxing vehicles for emissions or being too old, you're actually just taxing poor people, because poor people are more likely to drive older cars that don't pass safety or emissions tests. So by implementing, inspections and smog restrictions, you're basically just taxing poor people, and that's all you're doing. GA has very smart emission laws. They only check if the county's near Atlanta. The rest of the state is exempt. Oh, that makes sense. I can get behind that. I do think there is an argument to be made that someplace like LA needs to have smog restrictions and testing, because highly dense cities that's definitely a different story. But just because, like, the highly dense city needs inspections, I don't think that means that, like, fucking, rural or, like, places that don't need it, need it. I don't fucking want to have to take my car to an inspection, dude. That's so dumb. I'm pretty sure I haven't driven a car that would pass inspection ever. I don't think I've ever daily driven a car that would earnestly pass an inspection like that. I don't think I have ever driven a car like that. I mean, I have driven them, but, like, I've never daily drove one or owned one. Smog testing is, like, once every 5 years and costs, like, $50 compared to insurance, which I guess you can get cheap, but it usually is, like, $100 a month. True, but, like, what happens if you don't pass it? Like, my RX-7 wouldn't pass emissions testing. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, if my RX-7 doesn't pass emissions testing, then what do? I get fucked? Come on, chat, another 20, make that maid dress hike up another 2 inches? Every dono, it moves like that. None of your cars would even be able to drive to inspection right now, because I only have one. It's not a good thing, Astra. I mean, what do you want from me? I can't afford a new car. I can't afford a car that can pass emissions testing, dude. Like, what do you want from me? I can't afford that shit. You think I can't afford a car anyway. You think I can afford to have my car emissions testing and, like, inspection? I can't afford to buy a car that can pass all that shit. Absolutely not, chat. I drive a 2009 Honda Rebel and a 1981 CM400 and a 1983 Mazda RX-7. Those are the only 3 vehicles I own, chat. That's all I have. That's all I have. And I haven't even seen the RX-7 in, like, 3 years, chat. I haven't seen it in, like, 3 years. It's fucking off in a field somewhere. Thank you, Savvy, for the 1333. This donation is not in return any good to us. I can't read that. What? I was confused. You can retest, but if you actually can't pass, you just can't drive it. But the alternative is pretty bad when there's ocean breeze and direct direction from the mountain from other keeping it all in one place. I mean, I don't really think so. I don't think that my car is going to really meaningfully contribute to emissions, especially where I live. Again, maybe if I lived in a dense city, that's a different story, but I don't live in a dense city. I live in an urban area where there's just not that... The population density here just isn't enough to where my car is gonna earnestly make a difference in emissions. It's just not. It's just not. And it's like, if you're gonna say, well, if it doesn't pass and you just can't drive it, well then, okay, I just get fucked. So I have to either sell this car and buy a different car that I can't afford, because I just can't afford that can pass emission standards. What do you do then? Again, you're just taxing the poor. All you're doing is just taxing poor people who can't afford to get a new car. That's all you're doing. What happens if you have a car and then someone steals the catalytic converter and so you can't afford to replace the catalytic converter, and so now your car doesn't pass emission standards because it doesn't have a catalytic converter, or it doesn't pass the inspection either. So what, now you just can't drive your car because someone stole your catalytic converter at 3 a.m.? Oh, I guess you just get fucked. I guess, like, oh, I don't have a spare $500 to replace my catalytic converter, so I get fucked. Now I can't get to work, now I can't drive my kids to school, now I can't go to the hospital because my state has a stupid restriction that means I just can't drive my car so long as it doesn't pass emissions or the safety inspection, which both fail because some random hobo decided to fucking crawl under my car at 3 a.m. with an angle grinder and cut off my fucking catalytic converter. It doesn't make sense, chat. You live somewhere mostly completely fat instead of a basin. Well, maybe, you know, if you live in a basin, that's fine. Have your car inspections. Have that shit. That's fine. Just don't bring that shit over here. Maybe Astra's car would pass emissions because since they don't run, nothing comes out of the tailpipe. There's an exemption you can get if a random hobo steals your cat. I don't think there is, chat. I think you get fucked. Can we get a list of subjects that trigger these fits? Besides, they got insurance, dude. I don't think insurance covers that. I mean, not at least if you're poor, you're not buying comprehensive insurance if you're poor. Chat, if you're poor, you buy basic bitch, like, minimum level insurance because that's all you can afford. You don't buy... You know how much more expensive comprehensive insurance is over just liability insurance? I have never once in my life had comprehensive insurance on a car I owned. Not once. Every single vehicle, anytime I've ever had an insurance policy on a car, it's always been liability. So that means if someone fucking goes and steals my catalytic converter in the middle of the night, my insurance ain't gonna do shit. Comprehensive, but not everyone has enough money for comprehensive. Now do that, chat. People love to act like they have the world's problems, but they forget that like 90% of the solutions just immediately fuck over people who don't make that much money. You'd have a brand new E30 if you had full coverage? No, I probably wouldn't have, to be honest with you. That guy didn't pay. Like, that guy wouldn't have paid out because he just abandoned it. He just like ignored the, like, there was an insurance claim on it, but he just didn't respond. He just ignored his insurance, so I got fucked because he didn't fucking talk to his insurance company, and they decided because he didn't say anything, they weren't gonna cover anything. And chat, insurance, they make a living off of stealing your money and fucking you over. That's basically the American dream. Insurance would pay. I don't know, chat. That just makes me upset when I think about that. That's why I'm kind of glad I got rid of that car, because every time I looked at that car, it reminded me of that situation. The fact that I got out of that, the fact that I sold that car for what I bought it for is pretty amazing, if you want to be honest with you, chat. That's pretty amazing. But you know what? It's okay, chat. You know what, I have been thinking. I think I'm gonna go... I have been looking out my window longingly at my bike again. I think I'm starting to, like... I got really burnt out on the Rebel, or not the Rebel, the CM400 for a second, and I'm still a little bit burnt out, but the more I'm thinking about it, that I might... One of these days, I think I'm gonna just go out there and start getting some more stuff done on it. I think... Well, maybe I'll get it done before I leave for Burning Man, chat. There's a chance that happens. Depends on what you mean by that. It's not like problems are impossible to solve with policies, but yes, a lot of things like that are like just fuck you if you're poor, unless they're set up carefully, which they often aren't. How was your 420, Nate? Have fun? It was fun. Thank you, astronaut. Thinking about getting a little Ranger automatic single cab. I wouldn't get an automatic one, but I also wouldn't get a manual Ranger either because they had the same hydraulic clutches that have the slave cylinder go around the input shaft, which is stupid. So if you're gonna buy a post like 1996 Ford Ranger, I think it is, I think that's when they switched over. I could be wrong about that, but if you're gonna buy a Ford Ranger, buy the generation before that. Unless you want it to be automatic, which I guess you could just get an automatic, but I think automatics are a dumb idea, especially in terms of trucks where you're gonna pull something. My dad used to argue that you wouldn't want a manual transmission to tow, and that's just not true. Just like Astra makes a living off of taking money, but the only difference is we love her. Drop the bowl and take the float. Well, that's what I'm gonna do. What I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna take it off fully off the bike or yet. I'm gonna yank it out, but without disconnecting the throttle cables because I just don't want to deal with that. And if I can avoid taking the carburetors apart, because that's the really annoying part is getting the carburetors back together. So if I'm just gonna take the bowls off and I'm gonna take a look at the floats. I'm gonna take the float and I'm gonna put it in water. And chat, maybe I can test that with the other float. Because I have the old floats, right? I took the old floats out and I put new floats in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test the old floats and I'm going to put them in water. And if they float, I'm going to try putting those back in and taking the new floats out. So that way, I might be able to just do that. Like, if I could fix this problem without spending any money, that is true mechanic mode, chat. That is the difference between a mechanic and a parts replacer. And I'm really hoping I don't have to spend $100 on another rebuild kit. So I'm just really hoping. What model of year and model is the Rebel? Well, the problem I'm having is not on the Rebel Color Bear. I'm working on my CM400, which is a 1981 CM400C. That is what I'm currently working on. But I'm thinking about selling my 2009 CMX 250 Honda Rebel. It is a 2009 CMX 250 is what my Honda Rebel is. But that's not... That needs its own set of work. It needs a new... It's actually in pretty okay condition. It just needs a new tires, and it needs a new chain and sprocket, and that's really all it needs. I think that doesn't belong in any engine designed by a madman. Floats? Well, it does belong in an engine. It's very important to the functionality of your engine, and if you have a carbureted vehicle and you don't have floats, then you're kind of fucked. Check the needle too. It might be as simple as a piece of trash on the needle. I did check the needle. I took it out. I did that. I took the float out a couple days ago to look at it, and it didn't look bad. I just didn't test it though. So now I'm going to go and actually put it in a thing of water. I'm really kind of nervous though, because if I take that float and I put it in water and it doesn't sink, that means I don't know what the problem is. Because if the float is okay, then I don't know why it's not working. I don't know. If it's not the float, then I don't know what the problem is. It might be the needle, but... I think if it's not the float, I think the only thing I can do at that point is just buy the full rebuild kit and just fully rebuild the carburetors again. Gotta be some part of the carb at least. Hi, Moogie. That's all it is. So it is. Yeah, but we'll see. I mean, it shouldn't be honestly that hard to get it taken care of. And then at some point, I will get it done. And like last time I drove the Purple Rain bike, it died out on me like super like randomly. But I think I know why. The coil pack has two little cables that go to it that are what supplies the power to the coil pack. And obviously without the coil pack being hooked up, you have no spark, which means you have no go. So I looked at this, and the problem was that it was, number one, it was kind of loosely attached to like the actual frame of the bike. So I fixed that. And the other thing is the actual like clip that goes onto the coil, it was kind of loose. And so I took some pliers and crimped down like the actual metal part of the connector a little bit. And so now it has a much more secure connection. I think I fixed that, but we'll see. Hopefully, anyway. Need to check the float to make sure the gas isn't getting inside. I know, I do need to check the float. I'm hoping... What? Oh, yeah, it was for the new tires. Yeah, I could put new tires... Color Bear, I could put new tires on the Rebel for sure, but it would cost me about $400 or more to do everything to the Rebel. I just really don't want to spend $400 on the Rebel. Because I'm thinking about selling the Rebel, and if I put $400 into the Rebel, I'm not going to get that money back out of the Rebel. Right? Like, I can probably sell the Rebel right now for $1,500. If I put $400 worth of tires on it, and a new chain and sprocket, I'm probably only going to be able to sell it for, like, $1,600, not $50. I'm not going to get $400 worth of value into the bike if I add $400 to it. You know what I mean? You live in the most capitalist country, so you might find a part. But yeah, no. So it's like, I think I've got that part. So I just need to figure out, if I can just figure out this carb issue, and I can get it tuned correctly. If I could just get it tuned right, chat. If I could just figure out how to really manifest my inner boomer and tune this carburetor correctly, then I could actually, then it'll be good. Then we'll be solid. Because it drives straight. It drives nice. It drives fine. The handlebars are still a little bit crooked. But I think that's from the risers, not the actual front end. I'm pretty sure the front end's okay. Pretty sure, I hope. I think it is. I did like align it. I loosened the front end and I bounced it up and down. And I do think that helped a little bit. Like, I feel like the handlebars aren't quite as crooked now, but I also think they're still a little bit crooked. Just because the risers. That you said you only needed tires. Not for the Rebel. The tires needs, the Rebel needs new tires, new chain, and new sprockets. And I might have a chain that I could use. I have that 520 chain still, so I think that might be the right chain for it. So I might be able to just use that chain. So there's a part of me that kind of wants to just throw a new chain and sprocket on it just because that probably wouldn't cost too much. But here's the deal. I could buy a new set of tires for $100, right? I could do that. So that's $100. But then it would cost me another $100 to have them mounted balanced. So at the minimum, we're looking at like $250 to $300 just to get it to the point where it's where I would deem safe to drive. I don't know. Maybe I could ask more for it. Maybe I could ask $2,000 for it if I did the tires and the chain, but I think it's better just to let whoever buys it do that because they're probably gonna want to put their own tires on it instead of me putting the shittiest tires I could afford on it, you know what I mean? But I don't know, we'll see how it goes, chat. It'll probably be... I'm hoping that it's not too long before it's up and running, but I've been finally, like, starting to be excited about driving it again. I was, for a little bit there, I was, like, so discouraged that I was like not even excited about driving it, but now I'm starting to get there a little bit. Now I'm starting to think about it again, so I'm coming around, chat. We'll get it done. we will get there, chat, at some point. Dude, look at this cat. Like, look how just cozy this cat is. Grumont will fix some of her money issues. This is true. This is true. This is very true. I wish Gromont could buy me a car, but I don't think it would at this point. I don't think I could buy a car with it, but I do think I need to buy a car though. I do think I need to start thinking about how I'm able to get a proper car, because even if I get the RX-7 down here, it's not gonna be a daily driver. Even if I get the RX-7 down here, it just isn't. There's no way I can't even drive it, period, until I make it not as loud. Because it is so loud that my, like, landlord is not gonna let me keep it here if it stays that loud. I don't know, chat. There's a part of me that keeps thinking maybe I could sell it, but I don't know. Rebel does take a 520 chain? Then yeah, I guess I already have a chain for it, so maybe I'll just do that. So the RX-7 for 2K, get 2K from chat by a $3,800 Mustang. I could probably sell the RX-7 for 3K as it sits, so I could probably sell it for 3K. But chat, I don't know if I could trade. Okay, I don't know if I could trade my RX-7 for a Mustang like that. I just don't know if I could do it. I just don't know. I don't know if I could do it. Like, I think financially, like, if Dave Ramsey was in front of me, he would say absolutely just do that. Because, like, realistically, I don't think I should. I don't think keeping their RX-7 is a financially responsible idea. I think it is a bad financial decision to keep the RX-7. But I don't know if I can sell it, chat. I don't know if I can do it. I just don't know if I can do it. Don't forget to play the Powerball. Jackpot's almost 800 million. Your LL? My LL? What does LL mean? Oh, landlord. Oh, I don't think so. Probably not. Does the landlord live next door or something? How would they know? Well, it's the park manager, not my landlord. But yes, he would know. And you would fucking be able to be 2 zip codes away and still hear it. So, Darren Ramsey here. I secretly love femboys. Sell the RX-7 for 3K, and I will give you 1K to buy the Mustang. Really? Maybe, chat. I'll think about it. Maybe I'll just list it. What I've thought about is maybe I'll just list the RX-7 for an exorbitant amount of money and just see if it sells. You know what I mean? Just see if it happens. But I don't know, chat. Well, I'm thinking about it. It's hard, chat. I'm too much of a... Sometimes femboys are too sentimental. Dave Ramsey would do that? I don't think Dave Ramsey would give me $1,000 for no reason. I don't think he would just give me $1,000. Hi, Moogie. That's Astra, irresponsible. Femboy's irresponsible? No. Sell it for $100 million. Just seen the lat chat. She's opening her eyes, chat. I fixed rotary Mazda and it's not worth it. So have I. It is worth it. It is worth it to me. Like, I don't mind the work and I don't mind working on the car. I love the car. The question is not whether I want to keep it or if I would enjoy keeping it. The question is, can I afford to keep it? Similar problem with the BMW. It's like, I got to the point with the BMW where it's like, it's not that I couldn't fix this car. It's that I don't have enough money to. And that I'm not going to have enough money to consistently keep working on it. Femboys are also very skittish, like cats, which is almost femboys are furries. Why most femboys are furries? Get out of here. We're so close. I don't know, chat. I don't know, chat. It's hard. It's hard. It's like, maybe I'll just list it for like 5,000. Because if I list it for 5,000 and it sells, like, that would be pretty good. So you have 3 cars and a motorcycle, all of them are projects? What? Where did you get 3 cars? I have 1 car and 2 motorcycles. I have 1 car that's 1,300 miles away. I have 1 motorcycle that's not safe to drive, and I have another motorcycle that doesn't drive. That's where we're at. I don't have 3 cars, though. I don't know where you got 3 cars from, dude. I used to have 2 cars, but I sold 1. If you clean up a bit, you might be able to, you might be able to get 5K. I don't know. Maybe. We're losing her. You left and came back. You were not on bike. You left and came back on. You are not on bike? What? So much of these vehicles seem like a pain in the ass. She's hiding cars from us. Dude, I wish I was hiding cars from you guys. Like, I wish I had fucking 3 cars. I wish. I don't, though. There was a period of time where I had 3 cars. For a brief period of time. But that has passed. That has long since passed, chat. Hi, Moogie. Oh, oh, hello. Hello, Moogie. I don't know, chat. Maybe I will do that. Maybe I'll put it up for 5 grand. Because, you know what? If it sells for 5 grand, maybe that was just meant to be. But maybe I'll put it up for 5 grand, see if anyone bites. If no one bites, wasn't meant to sell. If someone bites, maybe it was meant to sell. When you post the car for sale, make sure to note that it was owned by a super famous Twitch streamer. Next thing she's going to say, chat, is I could build a bike because I have a degree but lack of money. When you post the car for sale, yeah. Car money for HRT. Hello, Mookie. Oh my goodness, this cat is so cute. She's so cute. What's happening? I don't know, chat. Nothing's happening right now, Taco. I'm thinking about things. Nothing is happening right now. I'm just thinking if I did... Taco, do you think it's a bad idea? Look, I trust Taco more than anybody that's in chat. Taco's the real homie. Taco has got my back. I know Taco's got my back. Taco, what do you think I should do? Do you think I should list the RX-7 for 5 grand just to see if it sells? And then buy a reliable car, or should I tell the rest of chat to get fucked and just keep the RX-7? Should I just say good financial decisions be damned? What the fuck, that hurts. Not get fucked? You know why, chat? Because Taco's the only one who doesn't rage bait me, goddammit. Taco's the only person who doesn't bully me. Is your RX-7 FC? It's an FB, Demi. It's not an FC. It's not an FD or an FC. It's an FB. FB as in boy, if you don't stop talking about my fucking shit. The car story with you is worth too much to sell. I feel like it is. Honestly, you know, thank you, Taco, for giving me some... Thank you, Taco, for talking some sense into me. I don't want to sell it, chat. I don't want to sell it. I'm not gonna sell it. I don't want to sell it. It's my car. I don't want to sell it. It's my car. Fuck you. I'm not selling my goddamn car. Fuck you. It's my goddamn car. I'm not selling it. I love my RX-7. I don't want to trade my RX-7 for a Mustang. We were so close. Chad's like, damn, we were this close. We were so close, chat. FX are somewhat unknown. What are FX? I'm talking about FB. My car is an RX-7 FB, motherfucker. Chad is just wants Astra to be able to get to the PO box. This is true. Chad does just want Astra to be able to get to the PO box. Hey, Mookie. Hey, Mookie. What's the year? It's a 1983. I have pictures of it somewhere. I wish I could find some of the older pictures I have of it. I don't know if I know where to even find the original pictures I had of it. Oh! Maybe if I go to one of my old Discords, I could find some pictures of it. Like, what if I go to, like, one of my really old Discord? And I go to cars. General. I don't even know, man. Oh, thank you, Savvy, for the 666. I didn't actually see the message, though. I need to open up Streamlabs to look at that. Hold on. Plot twist, someone may have already sent your car in the PO box. On Streamlabs. We're fucking losing her. Get the fucking dono defibrillator. So if chat bought you a good functioning car, would you get rid of the RX-7? Depends on the conditions. If that's the condition, it depends on the car. If the condition is chat will help me buy a car if I sell my car, I would do it depending on the conditions. Depending on the car, depending on if it's worth it. Sell the RX-7, do it. See chat, like here, I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example, chat. Vehicles, transmission, manual. Let's see, chat. Let's see, chat. If someone bought me... Fucking... C... 3 Corvette. If someone bought me... If someone bought me this car, I would sell my RX-7. If someone bought me this car, I would sell my RX-7. I would take that deal. I would take that deal for this car, for this one. For this one, I would take that deal. Absolutely. I would take it for this one. However, for like this one, I don't know if I would take that deal for this one. Like maybe if I was really desperate, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if I would do that. For this one, absolutely. Absolutely, I would do that. But, I don't know. That's, like, the only one I could think of that I would actually be willing to trade it for. So, when we got the RX-8, it was sometimes cheaper to buy a new engine than to fix it. Well, I mean, that's not true. I've rebuilt RX-8 engines before, and it doesn't cost that much. It costs, like, $1,000 to fully rebuild a master kit. Like, a master kit for an RX-8 Renesis is, like, $1,300 at max. It's not cheaper to buy a new engine at that point. Moogie going to town. She is. I say this because it will never happen. If Astra gets the RX-7 running and driving, I will dono $1,000. I will hold you to that, Savvy Fair. Don't even make that deal, because I will hold you to that. If I get the RX-7 running and driving, that is the worst deal you've ever taken in your life, bro. Because I can get that car running, I'll tell you that much. You're telling me I get $1,000 if I just get that car running? It will never happen? Well, now I'm definitely keeping the RX-7 because I know I can get it running and driving. I mean, what are you talking about? I know it will go. I know I can get it driving. It's not a question if I can get it running and driving, especially if I have $1,000. What? What? I could have that car running nice for $1,000, dude. What are you talking about? Driving legally. What do you mean legally? It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. That car, chat, that car's been the most reliable car I've ever owned. That car fucking got to fucking Florida. Again, Savvy Fair, I don't have emissions tests. That car will never pass emissions tests. And I don't have, it's illegal for me to drive it. It's not illegal for me to drive it because I don't ever have to get emissions testing. Alright? But, like, that car is not going to pass emissions tests. I'm going to tell you right now, that car's not passing emissions tests. And you can't change the terms and conditions now, huh? You can't go, well, actually, no, it needs to also pass. No, you can't do that. You just said if I got it running and driving. That's all. What, Moogie? What? Registration needed to drive legally? Well, I can register it. That's fine. I don't have a problem with registering it. Like, that's not a problem. I can put new tires on it. I can put new battery in it. I can register it. That's fine. I'm okay with all that. Especially if I know, if I know that I'm gonna get $1,000 for just getting it running. Oh, dude, easy. I can get that car running for $1,000, no problem. What are you talking about? A max, it needs a carb rebuild. A max, like that's. And you know how easy it is to take the carburetor off of that car than it is to take it off of my car or the bike? It's way easier. You're so cute, Moogie. I know. She's so opinionated too. I'll do it or ban me. All right, it's fine. I'll hold you to it. I'll hold you to it. I'll hold you to it, Savvy. Well, it's gonna happen though. I'm gonna just tell you right now, Savvy Fairy, that's a bad deal. You just took a horrible deal. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I'll hold you to that. I'll take that shit all day. This is in Europe in 2016, and a used RX-8 engine from the crash car was like 15,000 USD, and a new engine was like 3 or 5,000. Crate motor would have been like 10K. The car was not worth it. Well, I mean, it's an RX-8, so realistically, you made it bad. You made a mistake the moment you bought an RX-8. I will give you that. The RX-8 is a trash engine. The Renesis engine is trash, and the RX-8 is trash. But yeah, it's definitely not like an RX-8 engine. You can rebuild for about $1,500. I would say in today's the money. You get yourself a rebuild kit. You get yourself a couple of different parts. You rebuild it for that much. It's not too bad. January 1st, 2049. Dude, it's not gonna take that long. I'm gonna tell you right now, that car, something is going to happen to that car within the year, because it's not able to stay where it's at. I'm going to have to deal with that car soon-ish, like very soon. So I just have to, yeah, I have to get that car running and driving, like, soon. So the time limit, medical, he already did. Medical, Savvy already set a time limit of January 1st, 2049. Astra won't be able to collect because I'll be living in Mars by the time that RX-7 is running and registered and driving. I don't know shit about Winkle, so I'm not taking them apart. Oh, well, that's your problem. You should never own a rotary engine without being able to take one apart. Yeah, I would never recommend somebody own an RX-7 or a rotary if they don't have the ability to rebuild it themselves, because it's too much. You're never gonna get a good value out of it if you're having someone else work on it. There's not enough people who know how to work on them in this country in the first place, but the second off the thing is, like, I would never trust someone else to work on it. If you can't rebuild your own engine, you probably shouldn't have an RX-7. It's one of those things where it's like the RX-7 is, again, it's kind of like an exotic pet. You really need to get it, you really need to take care of it, and doing engine rebuilds is kind of part of that. All the AI singularity will be happen before Astra gets the RX-7 running. See, I can tell, Savvy Fair, you're getting a little scared, because you get a little scared, because I'm honestly, Savvy, you fucked up. You fucked up here today, Savvy Fair. I'm just gonna tell you right now, you fucked up. You fucked up real bad, alright? I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I'm going to get that goddamn car running within the year. Like, before the year is done, that car will be running and driving and in my driveway, okay? I never lose a bet, dude. You bet on the wrong you bet on the wrong thing, dude. That is the worst bet you could have possibly taken. And I'll take it, dude. That makes it actually so much easier for me. If I know, because part of the issue before was like I didn't know how I was gonna afford to fix it, but now I do. Like if getting it running will get me $1,000, oh bro. Oh my god, dude. What? No, that's just wait. And that just solves my issues right there. Savvy Fair, you just solved all my issues. You just solved everything. The owner's better, you know how to rebuild a rotary, but it's not unreliable. It's not unreliable in that in a race, it's generally not going to explode on you during a race unless you fuck up. Though I will say, naturally aspirated rotaries, they are pretty reliable. Again, the most reliable car I've ever had. Anytime I've ever had to rebuild that car was my fault, not the engines. The car has never blown up on its own accord without any input from me blowing it up because it was my fault, because it did blow up one time, but it was entirely my fault. And not even remotely the car's fault. It was entirely my fault. And you know what's funny, chat? I blew out an oil hose on my RX-7 a long time ago. And it puked all of its oil all over the pavement and seized the engine. I literally seized my engine one time, chat. That engine has been seized. And, chat, I got that car up and running for less than $300. I rebuilt that entire car, that entire engine, from the ground up for less than $300. And I got that car running. And then it drove all the way to Florida. No problems. The car has never had an issue, man. Every time, I've never had an engine issue with that car. It's so good. I love that car so much, man. Huh. Do you only like the FD because it looks like, its body looks? No, I like the RX-7 FD because of a lot of different reasons. I do think it looks sexy. I think it's one of the sexiest looking cars ever made, but it's more than just its looks. Its engine, the Turbo 2 engine is really good. Turboed rotaries, again, turboed rotaries are not for daily drivers. You wouldn't want to daily drive something like that. In the same vein, you wouldn't want to daily drive like a Shelby Cobra, but they're fast in the same way, and they're like, in terms of a race car, unbeatable. It's not like she cares because I'm not taco and I don't have... What? We can talk about medical. Don't ban Savvy, I take punishment? No, I'm not banning anybody. America will adopt the metric system before Astra gets that RX-7 running and driving. Turbo is a scam. Rotaries do really well with boost. I think rotaries are very, very good with boost. Again, when you take a rotary and you don't have it boosted, like my RX-7 is not turboed. It's a naturally aspirated one. And it's partly why it's so reliable for mine specifically is because it's not turboed, because turbo really kind of shortens the lifespan of an engine, specifically a rotary engine, but you get so much like power out of it. You can get a lot of power for really cheap out of a RX-7. The power to weight ratio is insane. That's why I always say rotaries are the best race engines there is, because the power to weight ratio is off the wall. It's very easy to make really good power out of them. All you need is a turbocharger and a Dremel, and you can make some banging power out of a 2-rotor RX-7. You can make over 500 horsepower with a 2-rotor RX-7. That's all you need is a Dremel and a turbocharger, and you're fucking good, right? You don't need to fucking, like... But a naturally aspirated RX-7 will run a lot longer than a turboed one, I will say that. You can actually get a fair amount... You can get, like, 200,000 miles on a naturally aspirated Wankel. Florida will legalize black tar heroin before Astra gets the RX-7 running and driving. Listen, Savvy. Say whatever you need to say to calm yourself down, but you know it's not gonna happen. You know I'm gonna get that car running. I'm gonna be honest with you, Savvy Fair. Yeah, it was a terrible idea to make that deal. I'm thankful you did. I'm gonna hold you to that motherfucker, but I'm telling you right now, dude. It's just, you're gonna be regretting that one. Did you say Taco always has your back? No one else chat does. Taco is the only one who doesn't actively bully and rage bait me. Right? Taco doesn't come into chat and immediately try to rage bait me, chat. They don't immediately... You know what it's like to open up a stream and then have literally everybody just trying to rage bait the fuck out of you just because they think it's funny? It's not fun. Alright? I'm gonna tell you. When I go open my stream and I get a whole bunch of people saying, haha, LS swap rotary, haha, you should EV swap your rotary, haha, it's so funny, haha. You motherfuckers, dude. Taco is the only motherfucker. Taco and Trey Racing are the only two people who don't actively bully me, okay? There are two people in chat who don't actively bully the shit out of me, and it's Taco and Trey Racing. They don't... These motherfuckers, they have my back, alright? They have my back. You're about to get my ass beat. I'm not bullying or rage baiting, I'm trolling. It's a fine distinction. Is it really? Is it really a distinction? I would argue that by rage baiting, you are trolling by rage baiting. That is the method of trolling. Chat, I'm thinking I might go to McDonald's tonight. I'm thinking about it. I'm really thinking about it. Huh, do I want McDonald's or should I go to someplace else? Should I go to a different restaurant, chat? Should I go to like, I don't know. It'll snow in July in Miami before Astra gets that RX-7 running and driving. Just wait and see, man. Just wait and see. Oh man, I'm gonna get that car running. You have no idea. Oh my goodness, Mookie. Oh my goodness, it's just a cute cat. Look at this little muffin right here. I also like how she waited until I started my stream to come over here and snuggle. She's like, she knows. She likes being on camera. She knows. I had a McChicken sandwich and it was good. Hell yeah. I try to help you every now and then. I'm not saying you don't, Medical. I'm not saying that other people in chat aren't, like, don't have my back. Like, I'm not saying that chat is entirely against me. I'm just saying that there's only two people in this chat that don't actively rage bait me. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. How are you getting around currently? I'm not, man. That's a trick question. I'm not. I go around with my mom. I get my mommy to drive me to McDonald's to get my nuggies. I go, Mommy, can you drive me to McDonald's so I can get McNuggies? That's what I do. I go over and I say, hey, Mom, can you drive me to Walmart, please? That's what happens. Astra order Astra a skateboard. I couldn't really, a skateboard wouldn't solve any of my issues. Because the store requires crossing a pretty big road that I would not cross on a skateboard. They have your back. You're cute. I don't mind your front. That's fair, Cuddle Bear. That's fair. I'm trying to see if I have any pictures of the RX-7 that are not from the field that it's currently in. Cause I know I have pictures of it from its like sitting in the field. Holy shit, Savvy Fair for 100. What the fuck? Holy shit. We both know you'll never get the RX-7 running and driving. Here's some money for a good carb rebuild for the Honda. Holy shit, thank you so much, Savvy Fair. Thank you so much, Savvy. See, chat, sometimes you guys troll me, but I do still love you guys. I do still love you guys. Alright. I do still love you guys. Thank you so much, Savvy Fair, for the $150 fucking dollars. Thank you so much. I will hold you to that deal, though. I will hold you to that, because it's probably going to be how I pay to get an RX-7 down here. But listen, thank you, Savvy Fair. It'll never happen. It will happen, dude. Savvy let her have it. You have to get Mama to take you to Be a Box so you can get Burning Man fits. I'm gonna have to get there soon. I'm gonna really have to lock in and get to the Be a Box soon. I just don't know how. I might try to go on my Rebel and such, just see if I can strap it to the back. I might just head over there on my Rebel. Oh, maybe actually BV might be coming over tomorrow. Maybe I'll be able to get him to take me. Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea, chat. Ooh. That's a really good idea. Anyway. Chat. We will get there, chat. We will accomplish our goals. We will get there. It's easy to find an FD rolling chassis. It's cheap. Is it easy? They're out there. You're gonna spend like $1,300 on a rolling chassis still, so it's not cheap. In terms of like a car, like I couldn't afford to buy an RX-7 rolling chassis of an FD. There is an FC rolling chassis that's pretty cool, actually. Let me see here. I think it's RX-7 FC. Yeah, look at this, chat. There's a rolling chassis. It's like $4,500, but it's a really nice rolling chassis. Like, look at this thing. It's fucking nice. Look at that, dude. Look at that. What a nice car. I mean, this is a race car, though. This is legit race car. But I love it, actually. It's so nice. And then they also have, like, Turbo 2. There's this engine. So you could buy this engine, and then just put it in this car, and you'd have a full setup. You'd actually have a pretty decent setup for under 10 grand. If I was, like, rich, I would do that. This is what my car looks like, except my car has a hood. Oh my god, dude, I love that car. I love that car so much. I am gonna get that car running. I am. Penboy Racing 2027. I sure will sprout wings and be able to fly to the PO box before that RX-7 runs and drives legally. I just don't want Astra to put other drivers in Florida in danger. I'm not going to drive it illegally. I'm going to register it, and I'm going to insure it if I'm going to drive it. The only problem with the RX-7, and here's the deal, right? Assuming I do this, right, chat? I can get the RX-7 down here. I can get it running. I can get everything working solid, right, on it. The only problem is it's not going to have AC. And so I'm going to be hot as fuck. And the other problem is there are a lot of times when I drive the RX-7 where I have to turn on the heat. So it's going to need a little bit of love to get it to be like a great car to drive a lot, especially in the summer. But you know what? It'll be fine. It'll be fine, chat. It'll be totally fine. I don't want Astra to put other... Oh, yeah. That's okay. Just get it running and driving and sell it for 6K. I probably could, actually, genuinely. If I got it running and driving here with new tires and everything, I could probably sell it for that much. It's worth it. I mean, what does this guy want for his? This guy's selling his for 45, right? And his doesn't even have a hood. Like, hold on. It doesn't have a hood. It's got 160,000 miles. It's got the original 12A in it, I'm pretty sure. It's got the original 12A. So this is basically the same as mine, except mine has a 13B in it. Yeah, and that's pretty much the only difference. And it looks like my interior is in a little bit better condition than his is. He's got these door panels, which I probably get, because I don't actually have door cards in my thing at the moment. I do have the door cards, but they're not installed. Oh, my god. I'm forgetting how much I love this car. Oh. I need to find some old pictures of it. Get it running, immediately sell. Smart move financially. It wouldn't be terrible. Smart financial move. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, chat. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Getting the RX-7 home is also part of the idea of how I'm going to get my tools home. Otherwise, I don't know how I'm going to get my tools home. And that's the other thing, chat, is once I do get my tools here, I'm going to have to find somewhere to put them. And I don't really know what I'm going to do about that. I might have to go to Facebook and find some shitty, cheap toolbox on Facebook Marketplace. Can I find that? Hold on. Go to Marketplace, and I go to Toolbox. $300. I don't know, spend $300 on a toolbox, man. That might be what I'm required to do, though. So it isn't even that good. Man, I wish I didn't have to sell my toolbox. I wish I could get that down here too. Unfortunately, that's just a little bit more unreasonable. You sold your toolbox? I'm selling my toolbox, mana. Sell the goddamn tools as well. I'm not selling the tools, Cuddlebear. It's not worth it. Better than a Winkle? Oh god, I hate this so much, dude. You know what? I just liked that video. Fuck off with that shit. Fuck off with that shit. I'm gonna make a video one day just ranting about why LS swapping RX-7s is the dumbest thing you could possibly do. But, ugh. Oh my god. Talk about ick. If I'm gonna date somebody and they're like, I actually have an LS swapped RX-7, I'm gonna dump them immediately. Biggest ick ever. Now my daily is a Chevy Aveo from 2008. Used to have a G30 Chevy van with a 6.2 Detroit diesel. Twas good Holland rig. Oh, that 6.2 Detroit is pretty cool. That's a pretty cool engine right there. It's a pretty cool engine. She can lose money on the toolbox and be fine, but her tools are another story. She has she has a lot of good shit. I have a lot of specialty shit. I just wouldn't. It would be dumb, especially if I plan on doing engine work and working on stuff. I don't ever plan on not working on cars, Chad. I enjoy wrenching and working on cars. I enjoy it. Like, I'm never gonna stop doing it. And so I'm never gonna get rid of my tools, because as long as I have the tools, I have the ability to do shit. And I think it's valuable to have that stuff, you know? That wasn't an LS. I don't care, GT350. If it's not a rotary, it's not an RX-7 anymore. Do you know what RX-7 stands for? It stands for rotary experiment. If you're going to take the rotary out of it, you've ruined it. You ruined the car. The weight balance is fucked. It's no longer a good car at cornering. It no longer handles correctly. It no longer runs correctly. Sure, you might be able to go in a straight line a little bit faster, but at that point, just fucking get a fucking Corvette. Or a different car. There's literally no point to LS swapping an RX-7 other than the fact that you're a pussy and you don't know how to take care of a rotary. Oh, well, it's easier to get parts for. Oh, it's more reliable. Oh, shut the fuck up. Why do you buy a car? Because you want to, like, what kind of pussy are you that you just, like, you can't handle taking care of a rotary? You're gonna buy an RX-7, but then you're gonna ruin it? You ruined it. You're fucking ruining it. You're ruining it. You're ruining it. Aren't the tires like 13s on the Aveo? I'm pretty sure the tires on my RX-7 are 13s. Ruining it. It's like, chat, I literally already went on this rant a couple days ago. I don't have the energy to do the weight balance rant again. I don't have the fucking energy to do the weight balance rant again. But dude, I swear to God. 2-hour power rant. Is that a new record? Shiloh's working with a good nut. Okay, chat. Well, I think I'm gonna end stream a little bit earlier tonight. Because I want to go to the Walmart and I want to go get food. I might go to Culver's, dude. I might go to Culver's because I'm not really feeling McDonald's. I might go to Culver's. That might be what I do, chat. That might be what I do. But first, I'm going to go to the Walmart. So, anyway, chat. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I will be live again. Maybe not tomorrow. I might not be live again tomorrow. I might be live again tomorrow, but I might not be. But if I'm not live again tomorrow, I will certainly be live the day after that. So, thank you, everybody, for watching. I will see you guys later. Goodbye.